In 1823, an Excise Act was passed in order to cut down on smuggling and illicit distilling in Scotland and to motivate those individuals to start distilling legally. One of the folks this was aimed at was a successful smuggler by the name of George Smith. Now, George Smith lived on the property of the Duke of Gordon, and even the Duke encouraged him to apply for this license to go legit. George Smith did, and in 1824 he began distilling in Glenlivet. In the 1860s, Smith and a gentleman by the name of Andrew Usher teamed up to create a few whiskey brands with the Glenlivet name on it, and they became very popular in London. So much so, other companies started using the Glenlivet name to sort of piggyback off that success. Now, the family fought this for decades, even getting the rights to use the name The Glenlivet on their products. In 1921, George Smith's great-great-nephew, Bill Smith Grant, took over the Glenlivet distillery. Now, he was only 25 years old at the time, and the timing was crummy because the United States was just beginning Prohibition. But once Prohibition was over, Bill Smith Grant cut a deal that made sure that the Pullman Company had Glenlivet whiskey on all their train cars. This really helped grow the Glenlivet brand in the United States. In 1953, the Glen Grant distillers merged with the Glenlivet distillers, and in 1970, the Longmorn Distillery joined the company. In 1975, Bill Smith Grant passed away, and in 1978, Seagram's then bought the whole lot. In 2001, Pernod Ricard bought a big chunk of Seagram's, including Chivas Brothers and the majority of Seagram's distilleries. The Glenlivet distillery is still owned by Pernod Ricard, and as of 2016, it was the best-selling single malt in the United States and the second best-selling single malt in the world. For those of you who are regular viewers or have made other questionable decisions in your life, you may know that when a whiskey bottle measures its fluid volume in milliliters, it is from the 1980s or later. And when a whiskey measures its alcohol by volume in actual alcohol by volume rather than proof, it's usually from 1990 or later. So on the surface, this seems like it's a 1990s bottle of Glenlivet, but, and there's a little but, when we look at the back label, we see two important aspects. One is a UPC code, the barcode there in the bottom left. There's no solid date when the UPC code first started being used. Some companies utilized it in the early 80s. But more important is what's not on the back label, and that is the government warning. The government warning that tells all of us that alcohol is bad for us was federally mandated in 1989. So that provides a quirk. The alcohol by volume is measured in actual ABV, which puts it in the 90s or later, while there is no government warning, which puts it 1989 or earlier. So that seems like a conflict, but it really isn't, because some whiskey producers, especially ones that had a large presence in the United States, started using alcohol by volume measurements before 1990, and Glenlivet was one of them. So this whiskey is from before 1989, but after 1985 because it has no tax strip on it. So my guess is that it's from between 1986 and 1988. Of course. You saw that coming, didn't you? When you have a dusty whiskey with a cork top, make sure you pull it straight up and you don't twist. When you twist, you wind up crumbling it and it falls apart. I just got really lucky that it wasn't worse. Cork free. Let's give it a sniff. Orange juice, orange oil. almost like whole grain bread note to it, which is really nice. There's no old bottle funk here. There's no musty dunnage notes. It smells very crisp and clean as a result. Ocean water, not ocean air, but actually ocean. Lightly grassy, lightly herbal, a little bit of orange pixie sticks. There's another fruit in here that's a little tropical. I'm having a hard time pinning down. I'll make the all-encompassing comment that there's tropical fruit in the nose. I'd say there's the smallest, gentlest little whiff of smoke. Cheers. The mouthfeel is very thick and oily. It's great. Lots and lots of citrus. You got your little tiny mandarin oranges, you have lemons, limes, grapefruit, orange lollipops, even lemon lollipops. And that continues right on to the finish. It has a long finish. Salt and citrus. Quinine. Don't mind if I do, actually. Like dark brown sugar. This nice, calm ripple of tart lime on the bottom. It's just really good. Seriously, I could drink this entire bottle.
Papa.
Sounds like my time is up.